be here. And, you know, we're probably one of the slowest schools to offer, or maybe not, that's not the right word. Maybe we have the fewest offers. You know, we just don't make a lot of offers because we want to be patient, and we want to give kids time. We don't want them to feel rushed. We want to give them time. Now, there comes a point somewhere in the recruiting process where sometimes you get pinched on your numbers because maybe you've offered 5 or 6 guys and you're going to take 1 or 2 spots, and you know you can fill up. But we know that, you know, a lot of kids want to come see Clemson, and we also know when they come they're going to like it the majority of the time. And so we just try not to cast a big wide net. You know, we try to be very specific and really identify you know, the qualities that we're looking for. And because again, there's a lot of good players, but good players that really want discipline and accountability and education and family and all this, and then the pool gets smaller. And so that's the pool we want to be in.
Tag on to that, you struck gold with a few late acquisitions over the last 3 recruiting classes: Kayvon Wallace, Travis, Lynn J. Those guys. How do you factor in the decision-making process with such a small window?
Yeah, well, I think that's an encouragement and it's what I'm always beating the drum by. Slow down. All right, if some sophomore gets offended because we don't offer him a scholarship, well, great, let him go somewhere else. I don't care. You know, and I know coaches get pressure on them with media and high school coaches, and I'll be the bad guy, you know, because coaches may be gone. Some of these coaches may leave, and then I'm going to be stuck with them. That's why when we have an opening here, nobody hires a coach but me. Nobody hires anybody but me. You know, because what if that guy leaves and they don't take that guy with them? You know, we don't operate that way here. So, you know, and then again, that's my point. I mean, we weren't recruiting DBs in 15 because I'm loyal to the guys here. You know, I'm not ever going to tell a guy that he's got to leave because he's not a good enough player. We signed him. It's till graduation do we part. Now, if he's a turd and he don't want to go to class, he's a bad effort guy, or he breaks rules, that's a whole different deal. You know, you know, you're not entitled to be here. It's a privilege, and so that's my point. Is what you just said. I mean, 2015. We're not recruiting DBs because I'm counting all them guys to come back. Because they hadn't told me they're leaving, and I don't want them. I don't want them to feel pressured to have to leave. Hey, I want you back, so I'm saving your scholarship. I'm glad I kept them for Christian and Cleveland and Austin, and I'm glad I didn't just go oversign and say, oh, well, these guys are going to leave. Let me go sign. No, I didn't do that. I'm like, no, I'm counting on them coming back until they tell me different. That's because that's my responsibility to them. You know, I just don't think that's right. You know, now sometimes a guy will tell you straight up early, like Isaiah. You know, like, hey, coach, I'm gonna graduate in December, and you know I got another year, but hey, that's great. No problem with that. You know, and we're all on the same page, and I can go recruit, but it's not going to be because of me going to. Or sometimes maybe I got a guy on scholarship that's not quite as good as we want him to. But he's a great kid. He does everything. Hey. That's on us. It's on us. So it's just what I believe in. And then I always try to save a couple for some of our walk-ons, you know, that deserve it, that earned it, that help our team. So that's how I manage the roster. But that year in 15, I mean, I had no idea those guys were leaving. I mean, there's speculation, but I didn't know. And then all of a sudden the game's over. I got T.J. Green calling me, hey, I'm going pro. What? McKenzie, hey, coach, love you, I'm going pro. J-Ron, hey, I'm going pro. Travis Blanks, I'm graduated, I got my math, I'm going pro. I'm going to try I'm like, okay. Well, boys, we got 3 weeks. We're in the DB business. Literally. I never heard of Isaiah Simmons until, 10 days before signing day. Didn't know who he was. So we're scrambling around and we're trying to find guys. There's good players out there. There's good players out there. And guys develop. There's guys like Kayvon. How many offers did Kayvon have as a junior? Probably not many. And his senior year, he blew up. And all of a sudden, we get on this Kayvon Wallace guy. This guy's going to be a pro and a heck of a player and a leader. He's a captain this week. Isaiah, he's getting ready to go to, I think, no way they were going to play him at wideout at Nebraska. Apparently that's what he was going to be, but they'd have moved him quick. He's not a wideout, and then I think Michigan might have been his other, but he wasn't. We weren't on his radar. But that also goes to show the power of our brand. You know, we pick up the phone and we're like, hey, you know, would you be interested in taking a visit? And if so, I'll come out there and we sit down with your family. Let's talk and see what kind of fit it is. And he ended up coming. Kayvon, and then I went back to Nolan Turner's film. I called Buddy Anderson at Vestavia because we weren't recruiting Nolan because we didn't have a scholarship. You know, I told him a while back that he could walk on. And I went back and looked at his tape, and I'm going, man. And I'm trying not to be biased because obviously I love the kid, I love the family, and I got a history there. And I'm like, you know, God worked that out. And I mean, because we didn't have a spot for Nolan. And I called Buddy Anderson, who's been there for 50 years at Vestavia High School, was coaching there when I was playing against Vestavia. And I just said, Buddy, I need your honest. And he's like, Coach, he's as good a football player as I've ever had at Vestavia. And they've had 1 million of them. He goes, and I can't understand why he's not being recruited. And I think Alabama had offered him a walk-on spot as well. And so I took the tape to Brent. Hey, what do you think about this guy? You know, and he's like, man, this guy can play. Where's he at? And I'm like, that's all I need to know. And so went from there. And Nolan Turner he's been a MVP candidate in the last 2 games for us. He's a baller. Football player. How about T.J. Green? I mean, we got T.J. Green. Robbie Caldwell found him like literally a week before signing day. He was running a triple option. He's from Sylacauga, Alabama. He's 45 minutes from Auburn. He didn't have any. He was going to UAB. That's where T.J. Green was going. Blazers. And we're watching the tape. We're like, this guy's an athlete. Next thing you know, he comes in here. He comes to Clemson. Leaves after his 3rd year and goes second round. So it's a developmental game, and it just, you know, I'm always trying to slow it down. I'm not trying to win any recruiting wars and all that stuff. If it happens, great. So we can have the number 1 group, but that's not ever my goal. My goal is to get the right people, and because people win.
All right, we'll conclude with that. Thank
All
you,
right.
Coach.